More powerful than the pounding surf. Mightier than a roaring hurricane. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman.
There's the audio.
Oh, there.
Kinda. Maybe.
Maybe. Testing.
Hello.
Testing.
Hello.
Testing. 1, 2.
No sound. No sound.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Welcome back to Nerdery. I'm JD, and you can't see me once again.
I'm Jimmy, and I'm right here.
And Chris.
Patty.
Austin.
Peanut gallery.
Everybody
And
else
peanut
in the peanut gallery, say hi.
I am not here, I swear.
Oh, you still
Can't prove it.
Yes, Steven is still monitoring the chat. He's just off camera.
He's only here in voice, folks. That's all.
He's here in spirit.
But you can talk to him
Sometimes I
right
can still
now
hear his
on the
voice.
live YouTube feed. So please sign up, talk to us.
Yes, yes.
So JD, you have a very impressive stack of comics sitting right next to Austin, just to show how small he is.
Well, he's just off camera.
Just off camera. There he is. Say hi.
There it is.
You missed that. You missed your face when you got a haircut.
Yeah. Get them shots.
But everybody else go over what you got so I can set our levels properly.
I'm hearing your echo. Are you hearing your echo?
Huh?
All right.
Well, my audio is actually coming from the feed, not from what's in the room, so it's weird.
All right. Berserk Blu-ray. What's up?
What?
Oh, our plugs.
Plugs.
We'll do them after everybody lists everything.
Echo.
Okay.
We have echo.
Do we have echo
Picking
now?
up your echo from over there.
Does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? Just putting it out there. Come on, shit. I think we need a sound check. What?
Is this a commercial show now?
Oh, gosh. All right.
Is it gone?
Is it gone?
Is it gone, everyone?
Is it?
What's happening? Where am I?
It's right there.
Echo gone?
Okay.
I got someone saying it's blurry.
Motherfucker.
That's
Blurry?
I don't know.
This is a 720p camera.
That doesn't look blurry to me.
It's
I'm
not
just
high
saying,
def,
that's what he
folks, so
said.
bear with us.
Maybe it's your fucking.
It's
computer.
user error.
Yeah.
Your phone sucks.
Is he watching on a phone?
Are you watching on
Oh,
the
it doesn't.
phone? Because you're obviously
Oh,
watching. I'll
okay.
just fucking ask the camera instead of.
Alright, so what are you reviewing?
We were doing something.
Alright, so I'm reviewing the Berserk Blu-ray, the Golden Age Arc Movie Collection. This has the Egg and the King, Part 1, Battle for Doldry, Part 2, and The Advent, Part 3. And I'm not going to go through the review yet. We're not there yet. We're not there. Alright, and I've got Sunstone Volume 1 from Top Cow Productions, which, this is going to be interesting, folks. I tried to stay away from the perverted, and unfortunately I fell right down into the fucking perverted hole. So, you're getting your very first review of perverted material from me. It's going to be interesting.
About damn time.
Shit. I couldn't help it, man. Somebody didn't put up the warning cones. I fell right in, dude. I swear to God.
You couldn't tell by what's on the back of the book?
No, I knew it was going on. I just figured I'd give it a shot.
Hey, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi, Katrina.
Hi.
Nobody else? No.
Hi, Katrina.
No one else.
Damn it. Oh.
Dude, you have to. If you're here, you have to say hi to Katrina.
Okay.
You have to.
Hi, Katrina.
Who else has got what?
I think she was our first official
name it
fan,
off, right?
actually.
Patty, what do you guys reviewing? Oh, okay.
Who's got what?
Are we just going through who's got what
That's
first?
what I got.
Okay.
That's what I got. What do you got?
All right.
What do you got?
Just list.
Okay. All right.
Work on it.
We're listening.
Let's go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Waiting.
Okay. So I have. Me and Chris went and saw The Conjuring 2, which is and then I have Hack Slash, the Volume 1,
Very nice.
and I thought I'd go a little bit older with Fido.
Very nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude,
You're about to know
it's an
about it.
interesting take on the zombie film.
So good.
Very nice.
That's what I got.
I have Anime 100. Finally continuing with it to keep y'all updated, and it'll be finishing up here soon. Also, just like Patty said, also when we go see The Conjuring 2, we'll talk about that. And go back, it's not that old, but it is an older one. Everyone knows this one though. Finally got the wife to watch Soul Eater with me.
Nice.
So I'll be going over that just brief because
Go Michelle.
you should you should have already seen it. So yeah. There we go. Do you have anything?
I do. I
No.
can do a review of Dreadnought, the closed beta.
Very nice.
From?
Which
Oh,
was this?
featured.
Oh yeah, Comic Palooza.
There we go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I got the
Very nice. Very nice.
So I've been doing that, and it's
Very nice.
All right, before I rattle off my massive stack over there, I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Toxic City Comics, 15033 Delaney Road, Lamarck, Texas, 77568. Phone number 409-229-1295. Website ToxicCityComics.com. And Captain Jack's Elixirs, thank you guys so much. 322 East Texas Avenue, Baytown, Texas, 77520. Phone number is 281-837-3543. Website CaptainJacksElixirs.com. I think somebody's about to die over there or something.
Sounds good.
No, he just gave it.
Hello, Giggles.
Now you can see me. Massive stack. I have basically 2 weeks worth of reviews, and
He's getting
Inside.
timed.
I'm being timed.
Oh yeah.
I think your face has 2 weeks worth of reviews. Let's do this.
All right, tell me when.
Wait. Do we need to get stopwatch?
Oh, I already got it, buddy.
All right.
Are we,
It's on
are we
the ball.
doing it from the time he starts
Hold
listing
on.
off?
I'll
or-
start it off. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. I had to read this. Illustrated is one of my favorite arcs for Deadpool. I'm going to go ahead and go right into the reviews. Yeah.
Keywords.
Yes, I had to read this because this is the actual arc that happens right before Illustrated. This is part 1 of a trilogy of arcs, so I had to read it. And it's not as funny as I'd expected. It's Deadpool. It's supposed to be hilarious. It's still funny. It's just a lot more serious than what most people are used to. But still great. 5 cakes. Highly recommended.
Alternate universe Deadpool.
Green Lantern, the Sinestro Corps War, the whole war.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. I read it in a day and a half in afternoons. This is absolutely incredible. This is a must-read for anybody who's into anything Green Lantern. John Stewart, Guy Gardner.
Not even then. If
Hal
you're
Jordan.
Any of the Lantern.
Any of the Lanterns.
Great read.
If you want to read Blackest Day, Brightest,
Blackest Day.
Darkest Night, Brightest Day. This is a must-read. This is how it all kicks off. So you gotta have it. 5 capes once again. Then we go into the reviews for last week, which is all this right here. Green Arrow Rebirth #1. I'm not a big Green Arrow fan. I've never read any of the comics. But this was very insightful. You get to see a lot of stuff going on in his own personal life. It's very, very close. It's Green Arrow under a microscope, especially following everything that happened prior to and during Darkseid War. I'm going to give it 3.5 cakes just because I'm not that big of a Green Arrow fan. I'm reading all the rest. Had to include it. Han Solo #1. This is really interesting. This actually falls between 2 of the movies, and I'm sorry, I read it a week ago. I couldn't regurgitate it. But this is very... You get to see what's happening to Han Solo himself when he runs off to pretty much be a smuggler again. Really interesting stuff. And you get to see more on his relationship with Princess Leia and their unbelievable misfunction. But 4.5 cakes. Highly recommend this as well. Jimmy, I'm sure you would want to read that.
I'll give it again.
All right. Vote Loki #1. I had to get this. Hold on. Pause that stop clock. What do we got?
We had something weird with the audio for a second.
Is it gone?
It stopped. Maybe you were bumping the table.
Oh shit.
What are you doing?
My bad.
Rebecca.
Okay,
All right.
since we're at a stop, I'll tell you what David said real quick.
Okay.
He said, tell you, title, 10-word max speed reviews.
There you go.
All right.
There we
Let me
go.
know when
That's
to
the
restart.
parameters.
And 3, 2, 1. You're back on.
Now I had to get this just because of the cover and everything that's going on. Absolutely ridiculous as far as politics go. And honestly, after reading this, yeah, I vote for him.
Loki meets Trump or Hillary, depending on which way you sway.
Actually, this happens right in the middle of an election. He doesn't want to run for office, but he's kind of forced into it. And this is a known villain running for presidential office. So it's pretty out there. It's pretty bizarre.
Loki meets Hillary.
It is absolutely hilarious. I highly recommend it. 5 capes. I absolutely loved it, and I figured you would want to read that one too.
Oh, check it out.
All right. Green Lantern's Rebirth #1. Once again, I am a big Green Lanterns fan, hence, the whole Sinestro Corps, which I don't know if I get a rating on that one, but 5 capes. It's absolutely necessary. Rebirth, apparently Atrocitus has returned. I'm not going to spoil anything further than that. If you're interested in the Red Lanterns and anything that they did, this is a must-have, a must-read. 5 capes, absolutely awesome. Justice League 51. Once again, you're dealing with everything that's going on with all the characters following Rebirth and the Darkseid War, and just absolute chaos. Somebody's manipulating the entire DC universe and stealing time away from the heroes and omitting their own memories.
I know who's
really
doing
screwed up.
I know who's doing it. Stan Lee.
It's very intriguing. I'm going to give it right at 4 capes. It's out there. It's a little different. This is closely related to the Rebirth, but it's not a direct part of it. But if you want to get the whole scope, this is where you're going to find a lot of it. So 4 capes on that one. Civil War 2, #2. Things are really, really twisted. Tony Stark, you'd think he has absolutely snapped. He's lost his mind, and he proves you wrong, and I'm not going to tell you how. But 5 capes, if you're interested in anything going on in the Marvel Universe, this is a requirement. You have to read this, because this is what's going on right now. 5 capes. And DC Universe Rebirth Superman, #1. Of course, I'm always a big fan of suits. I'm going to read everything I can on him. You're seeing a lot of things just twisted out of proportion, and you get to see an arrival of a very old villain that if anybody was ever a comic book fan at any point in time, you know about this book's existence and about this villain. He's back, and he's facing the same Superman he killed before.
Did you say Rebirth, or did you say DC Universe Rebirth?
Yeah, I might have. But yeah, I'm a little biased on this one, and I'm running a little bit too fast to be objective on it. So 5 capes. It's awesome. And this is another one of my randoms. Superman, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. If you're a Superman fan, this is another requirement. This book actually marked the end of the Silver Age of comics. Mm-hmm. And basically, what this is Alan Moore writing the last Superman comic ever.
And if there's ever a movie made about it, he'll probably be angry.
Yeah, he doesn't like any of the movies that have been made from his properties. But Alan Moore actually literally fought for this book. So, and like I said, if you're a Superman fan, this is an absolute requirement. I thought it was going to be a major cheese factory. It was, but it was perfectly executed. 5 capes. I loved it. I loved every page, every panel. Beautifully illustrated. Kurt Swan holding the pencil. And if you've ever been a Superman fan, I guarantee you it's Kurt Swan's drawing of Superman that pops into your mind. So, beautiful artwork, beautifully written. It is a one-shot. It's pretty thick. This is a reprint, and it actually has a large excerpt about how it came to be, and then the actual effects it had after it came out. Because it actually messed a lot of people up. Superman's dead. Mm-hmm. So, and of course, that was the end of Superman for quite a while until Man of Steel came out. I think 3 months later. So, big deal. 5 capes requirement. Justice League 52. Yes, Justice League right now is weekly. If that doesn't screw up your budget, yes.
For your wallets, it's fucking lame.
Is that in the Rebirth?
This is not labeled as a Rebirth title, however, it is directly tied to Rebirth. And all I can say is Lex Luthor fighting side by side with Superman and Clark Kent fighting Doomsday. I'm going to leave it at that. If you ever read anything Superman in the 90s, this is something that should never happen. Number one, because Superman and Clark Kent can't exist at the same place in the same time.
Or can.
And then you have Lex Luthor wearing a Superman shield, also fighting Doomsday and saving lives. It's pretty far out there. I wish I could give it more than 5 capes, but unfortunately that's what our system is limited to. Must have, must read. I don't care if you're a Superman fan or not. This is good stuff. Detective Comics, number 935. This is a DC Rebirth. Incredible stuff. And I'm not a Batman fan. I'm not a Batman reader. Everybody here knows it.
Yes.
But you have Batman pretty much recruiting the next generation of heroes, one of them being Red Robin, Tim Drake, and Batman actually, Bruce Wayne being open about Tim Drake to Tim Drake. So that's a very powerful page in this book. And, of course, Clayface is now a hero. So if you're a Batman fan, his name last week. If you go back the episode last week, it's on there.
David's comment: 5 capes and a big ass blunt.
I can agree with that.
Was it Carlo?
I believe so.
Same guy who was in the animated.
Yes. And don't quote me 100% on that. I can't remember the name, but it is in last week's episode when I reviewed Batman Rebirth #1. But this is. I loved it, and I'm not a Batman fan, I'm not a Batman reader, but I absolutely love this. 5 capes. And DC Universe Rebirth, Aquaman #1. Once again, not an Aquaman fan. Why? Because I'm human. And Aquaman gets the bad rap on a lot of stuff. But in this story, you're actually getting to see him as a politician, as a national leader, and trying to bring his nation to the rest of the world without fear, trying to be a part of the rest of the world. And, of course, distrust from both sides, from his own people and from the rest of the world. And of course, as you can see right there on the cover, Black Manta shows up and, not to put a finer point on it, he fucks everything up.
Like he does.
Yeah. But, I'm not an Aquaman fan. 4 capes. It's actually really good.
I still say you need to go back and do New 52 Aquaman. But that's only...
The finale on that one is actually going to be that everybody finds out the Atlanteans worship Cthulhu.
I can see that happening.
Anyways.
Once again, Rebirth Action Comics number 958. This is tied directly to Justice League and everything that's going on there. It's a continuation of that same story. So it's getting rated right along with it. 5 capes. Must read. It doesn't matter if you're a Superman fan or not. This is really incredible stuff. Beautiful artwork, wonderfully written, great dialogue.
Cover's awesome too.
It is. And Rebirth, Wonder Woman #1. And I'm not a Wonder Woman reader. Sorry, this has never been my shtick. But I believe this has changed my mind pretty quickly and pretty soundly. I probably will be reading Wonder Woman for quite a while to come. You're seeing Wonder Woman square off with an entity that still has not been in the book. Well, I take that back. She's on the very last page. But she's asking for help. Wonder Woman never asked anybody for help outside of the Justice League. And I'm not going to say who it is, just let me say she's always been a rival in pretty much everything DC animated. Really, really fantastic. I was actually blown away by this beautiful artwork. The story progresses seamlessly. I can't express how awesome this book actually is. 5 capes. It's a must-read for any DC Universe fan. And The Flash, this is a continuation of the same thing that happened in the Rebirth #1. It's beautiful, and you're seeing the repercussions. And The Flash is the only one really aware of everything that's going on with Rebirth and the manipulation of the timeline and basically all the heroes' memories being stolen. And at the same time, he's trying to fix it. But in this, you get a great insight on his state of mind and trying to save everybody at once and be a CSI and do all the things that he does. And you get to see why he is that way and how it wears on him physically and mentally and emotionally. So this is a very deep book. There's still a lot of action in it, but there's a lot of internal dialogue. At the same time, you're seeing all this action. So there's no real dialogue to go with the action. It's just all internal dialogue and what's in his mind. Great stuff. It's actually really well written, and I'm not a Flash reader. Never have been. But once again, this is another book that is probably going to change my mind. 5 capes, great stuff.
And it's still Barry Allen.
It is still Barry Allen, but there's Wally West in it as well. Lucas Stand number 1. I'm actually going to hold off on that because we have somebody else here who's going to review it as well, even though he didn't list it.
I didn't list it, but I'm technically not supposed to go over it on the podcast just yet.
Well, I can. I'm not privy to that same thing, so I guess I will go over it.
There we go.
You know, this is John Constantine with a worse attitude.
Oh, I gotta read it now.
Yes, I mean this is what Constantine I think should have been. Hellblazer, I've read some of it, and it was actually pretty light. It was actually pretty PG compared to what I expected. This is not, and I absolutely loved it. I didn't know what to think. I grabbed it. We've had some communication with some people, and it was requested.
Mature audiences, people.
Yes, yes. But we were requested to review this one, and there's actually an article already up.
Yes.
The Nerdery.net. You can go look at it. It's the top article right now.
Apparently, if you let your kids read it, it will warp their fragile little minds.
Yeah, it's pretty out there. It's pretty twisted. Really dark. You know, I would call it a mixture between John Constantine and Spawn.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's out there, and I seriously
Any
love
logo
this.
in there? Would you think there's a splash of logo in there?
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't go that far. This is not really your typical capes and masks kind of book, but it's fantastic. I will be getting the rest of this series, and I will be reviewing it right here for you, and I highly recommend it, picking it up. Even if you're not a comic book fan at all, I highly recommend reading this one. 5+ capes. Absolutely awesome stuff. Civil War II, Choosing Sides, number 1. This is directly tied into everything going on in Civil War II, and I'm sorry, it gets the same rating. 5 capes, a lot of screwy stuff going on, but this one is actually split into 3 different stories. You have Nick Fury, the Night Thrasher, and Jimmy, I know you're gonna love this one. Damage Control, which actually turned out to be my favorite mini story in this. If you've ever been curious about who cleans up all these superhero disasters and fights and everything,
I actually had 2 mini-series of Damage Control, all 8 issues. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it is hilarious.
but it's great. I loved it, and I'm gonna keep picking it up, hoping to see more Damage Control. 5+ capes. It was my favorite mini story in the book.
That's really cool.
I know you want to read that.
Oh yeah.
And Deadpool v Gambit.
Don't show me, show them. I already saw it. When did this happen? I've been out of the loop that long, folks.
Are you fucking kidding?
Deadpool v Gambit. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Typical Deadpool and untypical Gambit. I highly recommend it. Don't expect to see a huge fight between them.
But expect banter.
Oh yeah, lots of banter.
Shit talking.
I want to hear Deadpool, bitch about his accent.
You actually don't get to see them until towards the end of the book.
Oh, okay.
Most of the book is Spider-Man versus Daredevil. And to actually get the truth on that, you're going to have to read it 5 capes. I loved it. Here you go, Jimmy, so you can review it next week. And that's all I have as far as comic books go. I'll get to the rest later because I'm at 1553. For that massive of a stack, I'm pretty impressed with myself.
Actually, I think you could have shaved off 3 minutes, but I think that 3 minutes was also us. But hell yeah, 15 minutes for all that material. That's a win.
And if you are not entertained,
Fuck you. Wait.
well, just wait. We've got more, motherfucker.
But there's more.
There is more.
Wait,
so who's
there's
next? Who's next? You wanna just
Go.
go this way? Okay. I'm going to start with Sunstone Volume 1 from Top Cow Productions. This is his name, Stepan Secek. I am sorry, man.
Excuse him.
No. This is a magnificent piece of art. I would say the artwork in this is beautiful. The writing is wonderful. It almost is perverted as the concept is when you hear about a couple of women who, one is a submissive, one is a dominant, decide to enter a relationship dealing with BDSM.
Oh yeah.
Neither of them had declared themselves lesbians. One of them had previously been involved with a man. The other one had never actually experienced being a submissive with a dom. And I'm getting into the whole relationship aspect of it because the book actually goes there. You get to see all the, quirky things that happened in these women's minds, dealing with the situation of getting together and actually enjoying each other's company. So much as one of the main characters shows up at the other's house and they really have to pee. And this is the first time meeting the other girl, and she's just thinking in her head, God, I have to pee, I have to pee, I have to pee. And the other girl is thinking, oh my God, did I wear the wrong thing? Is she upset with seeing me? Oh my gosh, she's gonna walk away. She goes, hey, I really have to use the restroom. She's like, oh, yeah, just back over there, And it really puts you kind of like a fly on the wall watching this whole relationship unfold. And yes, there is, to say the least,
you giggling.
To say the least, titillating material in this book. However, they do not go all the way. It's tastefully written. It's very artistic, and I enjoyed it. I might actually go out and get the second volume because this was very interesting. You get feel for the characters and their situation, and it's not just about sex. So I enjoyed the hell out of this. This was actually a really good. This is worth $10. This is worth more than $10 in my opinion because it's actual writing. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 5 chimichangas all the freaking way.
Did you get a Comic Palooza?
Yes, I did. I got a Comic Palooza from the Top Cow booth. I went the last day. All they had was Volume 2, and they only had one copy. I almost bought it.
They almost sold out of everything.
I almost bought it, and the guy was like, "Well, I'm kind of, there was a girl that was interested in that." And I was like, all right, that's cool. I've got Volume 1, that's cool. If she wants it,
like, how did I miss that?
How much are those volumes?
This, I believe, was $10 at Comic Palooza. Cover price is $14.99, so I got a deal on this. If you see Top Cow at any convention, go to their table. They're working some serious cool deals, man. So, I enjoyed the hell out of it. But you got Berserk, the Golden Age Arc Movie Collection. Volumes 1, 2, and 3, finally, all in the same Blu-ray package. This is an amazing retelling of the original 90s series. If, get your grubby paws on it. If you did go as far as to watch the original 90s series, the animation was a little choppy, but it did not stop the story from slashing a fucking sword through your skull and completely splattering your brains onto the ground. That series was fucking awesome, and I found out that once they ended it, you could continue it in untranslated Japanese manga. Fuck that. So finally, they have gone as far as to go just a little bit beyond the series, and you get to see a bit more after what happens to Guts, after what happens to the demonic rite that gets put out in this weird volume. The third installment to this is crazy. You get to see some seriously fucked up shit, as if you hadn't already seen that in the first 2 volumes. The third one really takes it over the edge and makes it feel almost like a bad, fucked up acid trip times 10. Guts gets to see some really fucked up shit. Casca has to deal with a really messed up situation. I really don't want to spoil this for you folks, but I am going to tell you this. If you want to watch this, do not watch it with your kids.
No.
Their minds will be scarred forever. And if you are a kid and you want to watch this, and you are one fucked up individual, and if you've already watched the worst shit, then by all means.
Yeah, you'll grow up like me.
And you probably shouldn't be watching this anyway.
Well, no.
The YouTube show.
What, this show?
The children should not be watching this show right now.
They shouldn't be, but you never know. Parents.
I actually started reading.
You'll turn up like me.
Yeah, but this is the lead up to the manga during the Dark Swordsman days. I guess.
Dark Swordsman days.
Yeah.
But this and that leads me into some other news before I finish out my review with this. And I am definitely giving this 5 chimichangas because it was bloody. It was awesome. Some great storytelling. It was a great summary of the original series to get back on track for the next season that will be coming out next month. So check that out.
Hell right.
So far, I've only seen the Golden Egg or The Egg of the King on Netflix, and I haven't seen the other 2 volumes.
They
anywhere.
did at one point have all 3, but the 2 were removed because of graphic content.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I watched this afternoon. I was made a believer of that.
Yeah, they didn't want to edit it, and so they just took it. They
just took them off because I actually did my research into them.
Okay, there was a very Skinamax-esque sex scene and a very rapey rape scene that was way too long for a rape scene. Very rapey.
Yeah, there
were demons, there were lakes of blood, there was all kinds of crazy stuff and tentacles. So yeah, if you like that kind of thing, then I guess. But I just fast forwarded through that shit because it was just weird.
But it does drive the story that. I mean,
it wasn't like, you know, the normal tentacle rape hentai. You know, you couldn't sit there and make fun of it. There was nothing to make fun of.
It was just.
Oh no, it's all 100% brutal. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you want brutality, if you like
filmed at
that,
the rape bathroom in GRB.
Yeah.
Now that's a good read.
Dang.
You had something to say about the rape bathroom at the GRB?
Oh, the rape bathroom.
The rape
bathroom. I went there every chance I got.
Alright, I'm actually going to take a second.
Pentagram and an altar wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm actually
fucking knew it.
I
should have been there.
I'm actually going to take a second to brag on myself. That was 15 minutes, 53 seconds. That was 30 comic books.
Woo!
Well, I counted.
Titties.
Did you count these?
Yes, I did count those.
Okay.
And
It's
a
an
lot of
average
these were
30
like a
seconds
big
of review.
fucking.
Yep.
Like
That
a
is
lot
second
more.
considered a speed.
He's going to work on that 10 minutes, folks. Don't worry.
I'll get it. 30 comics in 10 minutes. Read them and review them. I'm playing.
Then you really will be a machine.
My turn?
It is your turn.
I was making sure he was done.
I'm sorry, I'm
That's
done.
all.
I'm done.
That's all. Don't be rude. Okay, I will start with Hack Slash. I found this one because I was walking through the bookstore and, well, there's a half-naked woman with a decapitated clown head.
That'd be so.
And
How can you go wrong?
you read it and you found out it was right up your alley.
I didn't mean to. I just looked at it.
And that's an
well,
omnibus.
Yeah.
That's from
Yeah.
Image.
I think
Image
there's like
Comics.
7 or 8 of those.
I think so, something like that.
That's a volume
Yes.
1 omnibus. Good lord.
I have issue 0.
It's
zero
enormous.
from Free Comic Book Day years ago.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, definitely not kid friendly. It's gory and she runs around half naked half the time. Totally awesome. That's what makes
Raise
it
your
good.
hand.
Wait, what about
Raise your hand.
Yeah.
She's barely dressed.
Wow.
So it's either barely dressed or in a towel. So it's
Oh
good.
hell, right up my alley.
Exactly.
No, right up Chris's alley.
I'm waiting for my wife to tell me I want to read that.
I mean, I'll borrow it.
I just bought the second one also. It was that good. It's a story. Her name's Casey Hack. She goes through a trauma when she's younger and starts killing slashers, which I'm a little bit kind of divided about because I really love slashers because I love all those horror movies, and she kills them. But it's worth it. Her mother turns into a slasher, and that's her first taste of having to do that. And so after that, she just went on, and she's got a sidekick, which is very, very Jason Voorhees-esque. He is deformed, he's enormous, and he's very childlike. Like when he speaks, it's like choppy, like a child would speak.
So it's Chris.
Like it's
But he's a slasher.
But he's not.
So like Chris.
No. She thinks he's a slasher,
Oh.
and that's how they meet up. And he travels with her and helps her out and everything like that. And you see some great cameos. Evil Ernie's in it from the old comics.
Oh wow.
She meets him and everything, and that's a great story, a great one. And then she fights Chucky also, which I was
I gotta read this now.
fucking excited about.
Nice.
Did she pun him so much? Please tell me she punched.
She got so excited she could not audibly mouth the words of how excited she was.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for someone to do that in the movie. Just punt the fuck out of him.
I love the flow of the book. I love how it was written. The story was easy to keep with, and it sucks you in. The only complaint I have about it is, for this one at least, I'm not sure about the other ones, This one, every issue or so, or every story or so, changes the artist drastically.
That is the downside to that series.
I hate that.
It happens frequently.
I hate that. Like, some of the artwork I absolutely loved, and it totally like enriched the story. And some of it was so distracting because I could not stand the style of art. That was my only complaint. Other than that, solid. And the fact that you get solid. And the fact that you get this much book for retailing at $30, I don't think that's bad.
No,
And that is such a solid story, and I loved it.
That's what Lewis said.
It's worth it.
So what do you rate it?
I would rate it.
Oh yes, that's right. The reveal.
Yeah, your review system.
Oh yeah.
4
What?
For what?
out of 5 full moons.
Ooh.
Alright.
Works on 2 levels.
Now, is that full moons for horror, or is that full moons for what you did at Comic Blues?
Exactly.
That's the whole point. Okay, next, Fido. I actually wrote down stuff about this one. I have no memory. I'd rather know it all. Okay, it's a 2006 movie. It was Canadian. Gotta love the Canadians. But the U.S. release.
Except Vancouver.
Yeah, except Vancouver.
We
We don't like Vancouver here.
Why?
Because they're hockey.
Because they're hot, yeah.
Oh. Isn't all of Canada hockey fanatics?
They're hockey nerds. They,
Yeah,
they don't
we're
like
hockey
that.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Blackhawks all the way.
And Penguins.
And Penguins.
Stanley Cup.
Yes.
Oh my
Congratulations to the Penguins.
See what I started?
Which I was
Okay.
on
You
here
know,
when they
you
won.
know.
But the U.S. released it through Lionsgate. Director Andrew Curry. I don't know what else he's done. I looked it up and I didn't recognize any of the titles myself. But this piece is solid. It's about. It's set in the 50s. There was a space radiation issue that started bringing all the people back to life after they die. And that's how that happened. And they're the slow zombies,
The
not the
radioactive
fast
zombies.
ones.
Yeah.
So completely different. And it's the 50s, and they've decided that how they're going to deal with it is they're going to make them servants, basically, and equip them with collars that controls them, like dog shot collar, basically. And so everybody has their own zombie in their house. And
How could that go wrong?
I know.
Oh,
it could be
fair.
right.
Well,
It's a great idea.
Yeah, that was kind of sarcasm.
Endless,
A little bit.
all Airbus, the Adventures of Fido McGee.
No.
Zombie. Yeah.
So I watched the
That's what
special
it's about.
features, and that was really exciting because I found out, I didn't realize it through watching the movie multiple times, but the main character that plays Fido is Billy Connolly that played the dad on Boondock Saints.
Are you serious?
It is. It is.
Damn.
Yeah, he was also the teacher on Head of the Class for several seasons.
See?
He was also one of the good uncle in Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate
Oh,
Events.
That was
Yes, he was.
great.
Wow.
I love
He
that.
was also on
Last Samurai.
as the
Yeah.
colonel, the crazy colonel.
Fucking amazing actor.
No, he wasn't a colonel.
That was my
He was,
mind.
Sergeant Major.
I saw that major in your notes.
Yeah.
And I
And
was
he was
like,
also
wait,
Dane
Billy
from
Connolly
the Hawk
there.
series.
It is. It's
He played
Fido.
He played Fido.
It is. It's
Holy
great.
shit.
A lot of the other actors, you recognize them right away.
Better meet Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I would
Headshot
love
of
that.
that sign.
Exactly. Let's see here. Okay, and a couple other funny little things about it. It's definitely a comedy, still kind of horror, but definitely a comedy. It has the feel of the cheese of a B-rated film, but budget of a little bit better film. So it's like the best of both worlds.
You're talking like Army of Darkness.
A better budget.
Evil Dead, that kind of
That
stuff.
kind of comedy,
Yeah.
but better budget.
Okay.
And,
Do we have a question?
Let's see here. Okay.
5 minutes.
And that's about it. I definitely would rate it 5 out of 5 full moons. I loved it. Loved every bit of it. And then we have the joint one. I don't know. How you
Yes.
do that one?
You tell yours, and I'll jump in with mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We went to go see The Conjuring 2. And I've seen all that style movie that's come out lately. I obsess over them. I love the paranormal movies. They're probably some of my favorite horror. It's directed by James Wan. And I watched the special features on the first one, and he talked about the making of it. And listening to him speak about it and his passion about it and why he does stuff made those movies so much better for me. So
Really?
definitely worth a watch.
Really?
Yeah. The whole his percentage of jump scares versus other things, and like he goes through it all, and it's absolutely great.
Down to a science.
Exactly. I wasn't gonna mention it, but I felt like an idiot. I didn't know that the main character from that plays Ed Warren is also the dad from the Insidious movies.
Mhm.
I love him. Absolutely love him.
He was also in Watchmen.
Exactly.
as
He's
Niall.
also in Watchmen, and the other Warren. Forgot her first name. Okay, his wife, the main character.
Oh.
She's the mom on the Basement Motel. But the special effects on this movie.
It is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The special effects for this movie were amazing. The creatures looked phenomenal. Jump scares, there were plenty. The people behind us were freaking out. I don't know if you heard them.
And I was going,
Pussy.
yeah.
Yes, the acting was solid. I loved it. I'd probably give it a 5, honestly. Except for
That's-
the spinny camera thing.
She's supposed to. But
No, the spinny camera thing. Like when they come from above and spin into the scene,
Yeah.
it was kind of nauseating. That was my only complaint.
I think it gave a better atmosphere. Maybe a little anxiety-ridden.
Yeah.
Look, this shit's coming.
Yeah.
Turn your stomach before the shit
Yeah.
turns your
Yeah.
stomach.
That was the only thing I wanna go over on that is the special effects. Way fucking better. Way better on part 2. The same thing on that creatures. Damn, way better.
Surprised me a few
I
times.
haven't
It takes
seen
a lot.
something like that in a while. I haven't seen something like that in a while.
Did you get like some uncanny valley like creepiness to it?
No, that was sheer terror, basically.
Really?
like fucking damn near brutal.
Did you go? Oh fuck!
Like they should have ripped open.
You did?
Yeah. It seems like they should have ripped open bodies. They should have spit
Yeah,
acid.
when that
all that
happens,
good
that's
stuff.
when you know you're seeing a scary movie.
Hey, I was. Yeah. Anyways, besides special effects, I think the main characters, they put more of a focus on the main characters versus who they were trying to interview / chase down as far as the ghosts. They put more of a focus on them and their love for each other. Matter of fact, that too, there was that, and it made you feel stronger for them. And especially when they got towards the end, so that it made it more like gut wrenching. I want to spoil it, but then I can't. I'm not gonna. But it was like, oh god, is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? There, I'll say it like that. Is this gonna happen? Oh no, okay, and then it didn't happen. But it was actually a good ending movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad ending, like I don't know,
That weirded me
thousand
out.
corpses. Yeah, it's
That
not like
weirded me out.
yeah, it had a happy ending. That actually is the only thing that threw me off the movie. That's the only thing that threw me off. It was weird. That straight up, I'll give it 5 joysticks.
You got an HJ
Yeah.
afterwards? Is that?
No, I got 5 joysticks on that one. I couldn't tell if they were going to, if they foreshadowed a part 3. I couldn't tell. It was odd, but happy ending them. I'll leave it there. You don't have to wait for your a little bit of anime for the second half yet again.
All right. On the second half, we'll be talking about Space City and the truth of what really happened, what really went on, and we might be having a special call-in guest. We've been messaging. We're going to see if he can get free enough to talk. But you're not going to want to miss it. Once again, huge shout out to Toxic City Comics and Captain Jack's Elixirs. For Toxic City, 409-229-1295. Captain Jack's Elixirs is 281-837-3543. Website for Captain Jack's, CaptainJacksElixirs.com and ToxicCityComics.com. For those of you who are listening, we're about to go on break. For those of you watching, you get all the juicy little nuggets. And once again, for those of you listening, we'll be back in a flash. With what?
What is this trash?
Hell right.
Hey.
Good night, Anna.
Good night, man.
Right.
If so, have them call yours or mine.
Yeah.
I'll get good sit on here.
But we're still on air.
Either way.
Yes, we are still on
Yeah,
air.
we're still on.
On video, yeah.
On video.
Okay.
And for those of you watching, hang on just a second. Let me fix something here.
Computer over there, since this is going to be the other section.
Oi!
Yeah, for those of you who watch, I do have something I was going to talk about, and I completely forgot about it. I actually finished watching the first 4 episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead. For those of you who are... Hold on, I'm not doing a review. Jesus.
Not
The fact that you watched it, I haven't gotten to.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, for those of you who have an Xfinity subscription, who have access to the Xfinity Go app, and who are subscribed to Stars, you can watch Ash versus Evil Dead, which is a lot of hoops to jump through. And I was going to throw some extra flaming hoops and maybe, a pit full of crocodiles. But either way, you can watch this show from Stars. You can watch it on demand, and definitely check it out. It's well worth it.
Excuse me?
I was very happy to see it. So, I guess I'm the only one here.
Bye.
I'm on my way.
I'm maybe on
This is
my
a
way.
load of bull.
Bye, Jimmy!
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Yes, for those of you watching, yes, we're doing some cash shuffling. We're doing some changes on the show, and we're going to be having some people on who know firsthand experience and what went on and the people we actually talked to.
Well, I'm actually going to add something else in on the second part, because I don't have a full review on it, which is why I am in the first part. So, I got this in my nerd block. And if you don't know what it is,
There's somebody else who should be here.
it is Tolkien's Spirit Guide.
Chris?
Tobin's.
Tobin, sorry.
I know. He's outside.
You took the book, I couldn't read it. Which, literally, this is all from Ghostbusters. This was actually written by the actors to explain some of the spirits that you saw in the movies. Which I was reading some to JD earlier to find out where,
Who all specifically was in the writing of it?
officially written by Dr. Ray Stans and Dr. Egon Spengler. So yes, it was actually written by the actors. Which, in the writing, you can tell. Because some of them are kind of a little more goofy, and then it gets really, really technical. So, but really cool read. Most of the way through it now, and I've gotten to find out about the dream spirit that you see have a little fun in the series. I've gotten to read about the actual coat that comes alive that was actually classified as its own spirit. So, really cool read. Unfortunately, a Nerd Block exclusive, so you're not going to get it anywhere else.
Until it starts hitting
Until it
retailers.
starts in retail. But yeah, absolutely awesome. I don't know what it'll cost when it hits retail, but it's absolutely worth it. 5 new stores.
That is the same book he keeps referencing.
Yes, this is the well, to rephrase, this is by classification what they call a condensed version.
Oh.
Because he says it's the original Tobin Spirit Guide, which weighs a minimum of 35 pounds.
It's a Gutenberg Bible.
But it is a very cool read.
Y'all talk.
Jesus. Steam
Hey,
Summer
yeah.
Sale going on?
Steve Somerset?
Steam Summer Sale?
Oh, that's right.
Summer
Steam Summer Sale. Basically, Steam, one of the biggest video game PC collections, I guess you would say,
And MMO hosts.
and MMO host, does periodic sales. Like their items will periodically go on sale. The biggest ones are the summer, the winter, stuff like that. Steam Summer Sale. I think it's a short one this year, isn't it? Like they put everything out on sale at once, but it's like only lasting till July 5th. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. That's what I heard. But so,
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I play Horde. I play Warframe because it's free.
well,
And DC Universe Online because it's free.
well, I just picked up like $300 worth of games for like $150, half of which I'll never play.
I've got enough of those. But you have a review. You want to do it on break? You want to wait till part 2?
I'll do it now. That's when I always do in breaks or reviews. Fuck, son of a.
All right.
This is why G Fuel is important.
It's It's right here.
So at
Patty's gonna be a deer.
Bottle. Oh, where is it?
Check that out.
You're lucky.
Damn.
Aw.
A little bit of backstory.
I tried.
Comic Palooza, pretty fun, pretty good. They had a table where you could go and play Dreadnought, in the beta. And then when you played, they gave you a card and said, "Here, go redeem this. You can be in the closed beta." So I'm like, why the fuck not? Yeah, pretty great. I played it, and then I liked it, so I went home, redeemed the code, downloaded it, started playing it. Pissed my friends off. They wanted to play Overwatch, and I was like, "Fuck you! I'm playing Dreadnought." The actual gameplay is very simple. It's like a lot of the 3D like space battles. It's you gotta press like 80 different buttons at once to fire your fucking main gun. It's from my experience, the 3D space battles are very difficult. This one is simple. WASD to move. 1 through 4 is abilities. Shift and tab is ascend and descend. Right mouse is zoom. Left is fire. It's easy. It's mindless. So far there's, I think, 5 different classifications of ship. Dreadnought, hence the name of the game. But there's Dreadnought, Destroyer, Corvette, Artillery Cruiser, and one I can never remember the name of, but it's like a heal ship. It's a medic, basically. And all of them have, their different roles. Artillery Cruiser is a sniper class, meant to hang back and do massive amounts of damage, but paper thin, basically. If you get even a fucking Corvette, which is basically your basic strike fighter, within distance, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. And then there's, the tanks, like the fucking Dreadnought and Destroyer that can just fucking ram into you and just absorb all the damage. Then the medic ship is pretty self-evident, I don't think. It's a fucking medic ship. It heals you. Customization's pretty cool. Works on, a reward system. You play, you earn XP, you level up, you unlock new shit. Couple complaints. There's only, like I said, 5 different ships. And they're all you can unlock new ships, but they're still the same ship. They just have different weapons.
Still the same shit, huh?
Yeah. Did I say that? I don't. I'm tired.
Same shit, different weapon.
Yeah. Basically. But so I would actually like to see them introduce, more ships, more different types of ships.
So you want to see him add new shit?
What?
See him add some new shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that throughout this entire review, you could take ship at any point, replace it with shit, and it's still the same thing.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch that.
Oh god.
Emily says, "Yay, Tanya is on."
Oh, yay. Hi, Emily.
And another thing is, I don't know if this is just, it seems like it's going to be permanent, but it might just be during the beta, but to unlock, different colors and, patterns for your ship, you have to get, their special, in-game money.
And you have to pay currency.
Premium
That'll
currency.
probably be a normal part of it.
Yeah, and that's just, I don't like that. I want my ship to be fucking red. Why won't you let my ship be fucking red? I don't want to pay $50.
Yeah,
Sure
that
you want
doesn't
your
sound
ship to be
healthy.
red?
I want my ship to be
He
red.
wants a red. He wants a red rocket.
You need the doctor.
I'm gonna talk to Chris for you.
So, but overall,
They have
closed
little
beta.
cameras they can actually put in. And,
Really?
Yeah, they can determine the cause.
Okay.
Of your red shit.
Okay.
I knew he was into the red hood, but I
You
didn't know
might
what
be
that
concerned about the security
That'd be a purple hood,
of
sir.
your shit.
Why do I keep coming here, people? Why?
Go to her glutton for punishment.
Apparently. That's what they say at Lego. It's like...
He's a masochist.
That's what they say at Lego. I'm like, why the fuck do I still work here? And they're like, you like the punishment. I'm like, really don't. Anyway, my review. Overall, 3.5, 4 crowbars.
Alright.
It's not going to be something I dedicate my entire life to reaching max levels to unlock all the shit, but that's pretty fun. You can group up with your friends.
I've actually run into people who actually play Warframe for a living.
That's like your dream job right there.
You have no idea.
If you could play Warframe with Matt Hawkins as a job, I would never see you.
Yeah, you would. I'd be right there. Right there.
While somebody played Voltron just above it. You have to have it in there.
Yeah.
So I actually did some reading.
Alright. What do you got?
I have this one in front of me. I don't have the others, but Batman Madness: A Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween Special, and it's basically, I think it's just 2 issues in here, but it's bigger than one comic, but it's not a full trade. But it does a lot of. It got a little deeper than I expected because it's basically Batman versus Mad Hatter, which I read one of before, but this one was less funny and more deep. And it went into Batman's backstory, goes back into the original parents being shot scene and his feelings on all of it and how it affects him now. But basically the storyline is, it's on Halloween night, there's a guy dressed up as the Mad Hatter who thinks he is the Mad Hatter, who kidnaps Barbara Gordon, who in this specific run is Jim Gordon's niece, who he has adopted. And so, of course, he goes to Batman looking for help, and Batman has to seek out the Mad Hatter and safely get Barbara Gordon back from him. Well, he also has a bunch of other... Basically, she ran away. This Mad Hatter guy is stealing runaways to be members of his tea party and dressing them up and being completely psychotic and rapey. So... it's a really good read though because it got very deep, and it kind of put my mind to The Killing Joke, how it kind of went into the depth of the backstory, but I enjoyed this one even more. I'd definitely give this 5 masks. I don't know where you would find it. I picked it up at Comicpalooza. But yeah, Batman Madness, Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween Special.
I do know
recommend it.
I do know that is available at Toxic City Comics. Not to plug our sponsor again unnecessarily, but I do know they have it.
Yeah, go pick it up then.
And they have the Batman Grendel trilogy in multitudes.
And I'm a Batman fan, but I don't like a lot of the old Batman because it's kind of dry and
boring.
It bores me. And so I like all these newer ones that come out. I don't know, Jeff Loeb, I guess, is the writer in it. Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. It's Loeb. So I honestly don't know those authors, but I absolutely love the writing in it. I'd be curious to read more by them.
You might like Long Halloween.
Possibly.
Maybe.
What is Long Halloween?
It's another Batman.
It's another Batman.
All right.
He's fighting.
Also available at Toxic City.
Yeah.
All right then.
Calendar Man. Right?
I couldn't remember.
I think it's Calendar Man, and basically it's 13. It was 13 issues.
Mm-hmm.
For 1 per month, for all the major holidays.
Okay.
I've got all 13 actually, the individual issues. You can bring them.
And then I also read the first volume of Postal. I know that's been gone over time and time again on the show, but I absolutely love it. I can't wait to read the rest of it. I'm really.
How many books are there out?
Huh?
How many books are there out?
15. Volume 3.
Like 15 books.
Oh,
comic books.
Actual
there are 2 trades out. The Volume 3 trade should be coming out here in a few weeks.
Is it ending on Volume 3?
No.
Okay.
No.
Continuing.
Postal. We know for a fact Postal will be going to 24 issues.
Okay.
So there's that.
A little over halfway.
Yeah.
I want more of that story though. Once again, 5 masks for sure.
Well, we have Volume 2. We bought it yesterday.
Yeah, so I haven't had a chance to get to that. And I did start reading V for Vendetta.
Yes.
I've got the full run of V for Vendetta, and I haven't read a whole lot on it yet, but I'm really loving it.
It's a 3rd print, collected, but it's
all the
really
big stuff is the movie followed, the big stuff, but there are some things that were tweaked for the movie, for cinematic quality, I guess, but I like getting that back the way it was meant to be written.
Yeah.
Especially with Alan Moore, like we've talked about, that he hates when people make movies of his shit, and then you start reading the book and you realize, yeah, I'd be pissed off if you changed that. It's fucking bullshit.
Bullshit!
That was relevant. I thought one of the cool things in it, though, I was reading the foreword by Alan Moore, and basically what started the world of V for Vendetta was actually an A-bomb went off in Africa during war, and apparently when he wrote it in the early 80s, they really weren't aware of what an atomic bomb would do. So he admitted in his foreword that he wrote after the fact that when that was written, nobody had any idea what an A-bomb would do. He didn't realize that there would be no London if one went off in Africa. So basically he wrote it assuming that it would have just kind of fucked up things. The waters were higher, the skies were different colors, there was ash, people couldn't breathe, but they still lived. But he didn't want to go back and rewrite it and try and change the story because it was written at a time when they had no idea that that is how bad it would have been. So he admitted to it, but to that being inconsistent with how things would have actually worked. But it's still his writing from a time when they didn't know any better. But I liked that he kept it the same. He didn't go back and try and change it. But it's looking like it's going to be pretty fucking good, so I'm not going to review that until I'm done with it, though. But hopefully I'll have that done by next week. Chris?
Hi.
Anything to discuss?
Well, we're about to go live in part 2.
Go live right now.
Over
but
there?
I still have mine
It's
in May.
9:30.
Still got anime waiting.
Any news on our caller?
My phone's over there. And no, I don't have anything yet.
Okay.
Yet. But he might surprise me, so.
If need be, I will just cut and
Yeah, I'll put him on speaker.
start.
That was me.
The Noogles were like right in your face. Right.
Welcome back to the Nerdery. I'm JD.
And I'm Chris.
I'm Tanya.
I'm Austin.
And
Woohoo!
we have a few people outside. They're on their way back in at the moment. But we will be experiencing another little cast shift here as people relevant to the upcoming discussion topic start filing in. We're going to have them on camera.
Oh, there's our filing.
People relative to the discussion topic.
I'm not related, but I'm related.
There we go.
More? You're gonna squeeze Jimmy in here? That could have been an epic fail there.
Yeah, it could have.
Alright, but you have some anime,
I
manga.
still have anime.
Alright, go ahead and get on with your reviews before we open up discussion.
I'm going to go over 100. I've been going over 100 in the past, and I think I got up to episode 8 on 100, and finally finished up to where I think there's still one more left on 100. It's sort of slowing down. They keep going. The characters keep going over, tries and troubles with fighting the savages and getting their gear, updated. But then let's see. I think it's episode 9. They go over more of the savage virus that they actually use. They use the blood of the savages to give themselves a virus and get more epic. It's weird, but it doesn't really upgrade them that much. They have to work together to use the virus. But whenever they do, it's like they need to explode. Some of them can't handle it. Some of them can. Obviously, the main character, if you do watch it, he handles it just nicely. It's called his variant power, and he's a fucking beast. And of course, all the girls are still fighting over him, and that's just funny shit. A lot of bouncing around, but none of the in and out there. None of the in and out.
I was going to say, does it make him
Missed
explode his
opportunity?
hands?
Was it a missed opportunity?
No, that's not the type of anime I've already gone over. As a matter of fact, but I'll go over other animes if you definitely want me to.
That will definitely make him explode his
I think it's going to make a week ending. I think it's not looking good if there's going to be a season 2 because they're not. Seems like they're not going to continue after this one. With the variant power of the savages virus, they're able to fight newer savages, and they go over savages without cores, which is the main savages. They find out about these new savages without cores, but that'll continue over the next episode, which should be the last episode of it. But I don't have that much info on it, but it's another set of bad guys that are creating these savages. And definitely still keeping cute. It's very funny. And the action scenes and sequences, they're okay. They got weaker as well, along with the story that got weaker. I'll give episode 9 and 10 four joysticks. It was pretty good watch. Not rewatchable though. Throwback. I got Soul Eater from Funimation.
Nice.
Yes, I finally got the wife to watch an anime with me. Of course, that had to be in dub in English, of course. She don't like reading. This is from Funimation, but it's damn near everywhere. You can watch this everywhere. It is on English on Netflix, and we've already been through. They call them parts instead of seasons. I'm going to say seasons. Part 1, and my God, let me give it up to who we just saw at Palooza, Chuck Huber.
Oh yes,
As Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
First and last name. Yeah, that character. I love that. That's my favorite character of his period. Completely out of the shit ton of voices he's done. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. This Soul Leader goes over yet again another academy in this anime, and it is the academy run by Death himself, and he has the students. They're trying to learn everything they can about being reapers, and there's a bunch of soul collecting, soul eating, and now all these students also have their weapon, which is in human form. But when it's time to fight, they transform into a weapon of choice for some, and some others it's just the same weapon. For instance, main character is a scythe, obviously, and he's pretty badass. Secondary character, annoying as hell, but my God, sounds just like Naruto. Sounds just like him. I swear, I haven't looked it up, but I swear it's the same voice actor in English, which is Black Star. That's him. A little annoying, extremely self-boasting. Let's see.
Watch out for the sexy jutsu.
This one does not have jutsu, but it's very sexy with the Witch Kitty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she is my favorite. Mainly because she's a sexy witch. But whenever she transforms, she turns into a little kitty. And it's just goofy. She's just goofy. There's no nudity. This is kid friendly. No cussing. No sex. None of that stuff.
A lot of innuendos though.
Definitely a lot of innuendos, but it's still fairly.
Only the Disney has innuendos.
Yeah, still fairly okay. Definitely kid friendly. It's very funny. Extremely slapstick. A lot of beating up. I'm gonna beat you up. You know, this and that. The character development is by far the best I've ever seen in any anime. I like the character development.
It says a lot coming from you.
Yeah. The character development is it's different. It's weird. Who was it? I want to say the originator is Kodansha. It's Kodansha that brought that made that, and then Funimation brought it over and licensed it. Yeah, I think it's from them, but it's very different.
Kodansha or Kodanasha?
I don't know. I probably said that wrong.
There's two distributors out there.
There are two distributors, yes.
Look at you.
There's
I wanna say-
Kodansha and Kodanasha.
I wanna say-
Kodanasha is a publisher and anime distributor.
Steve.
I'm looking.
Steven's on it
He's
for me.
Googling.
Steven's on it for me.
Kodansha is the same.
Yeah, they do the same thing.
Yeah, I barely notice the difference when you say it. But
Yeah.
It looks like actually, of course, the manga is produced by Square Enix, and
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
And it looks like the first two to actually bring it over, licensed by Madman Entertainment, Manga Entertainment, then Funimation.
Ooh. Wow. Okay, I believe that from the Manga Entertainment, and then Funimation gets everything.
Yeah,
from
Funimation's
Manga
buying up everything again. And
Yeah.
of course it was on Tokyo TV, network.
Yeah.
And then its official is Funimation Channel and Adult Swim.
That's right. Yes, it was featured on Adult Swim, of course. Yes. This is older. You got a date on there?
2008.
The first date of it, original run, 2008.
2008. There we go.
Yeah, that was a good.
Not too much of a throwback, but I mean, it's still the fact that it's still definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. My God, fucking watch it.
Yeah, and of course,
Seriously.
3 games so far produced. One
Yeah.
by Square Enix, one by Namco, which is Bandai, of course.
That's weird. Huh.
Another one by Bandai.
Interesting.
PS2, Nintendo DS, and Wii.
Very nice. Well, there you go. Let's see. Obviously, what I just said is, I've just seen part 1. I'm gonna call it season 1. I'd definitely give that whole one 5+.
Yeah, I will too.
joysticks.
Now I've watched the whole thing
Yeah.
so far, and in fact, my daughter's asking me, "Will we review the Soul Eater Not?" Which is another part of it.
I plan to.
Um,
Yes.
But yeah, I'll
Have-
absolutely
have
find it.
you
Just scrolls
seen
right
Not?
with you. I have not watched Not yet, but I'm probably going to sit down and watch it. when I can.
I need to watch Not, but I've seen at least half of the
Okay.
series.
Hey, we're
I
you know.
So yes, we will get
But,
a review
there we go.
going.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
do that
definitely. I'll definitely
Yeah.
do my formal review once I get a little bit more time to actually finish it and to watch Not.
I
Very
think
nice.
I read Soul Eater not.
Really?
Yeah,
All of them?
I think so. Oh, okay.
There's a lot of sign language and none of it's accurate.
Anyways, yeah, like I said, 5 plus. You got Stevens already.
I give it 5+ from what I've
Shit.
watched.
We got 5 across the board.
Yeah.
Watch that one. You haven't seen it? Fucking watch it. The whole family can watch it.
Yeah.
You
It's
can,
an Impeg's butt again.
I checked. It was down under my butt.
It was on the charger. I didn't know that's what he wanted.
oh.
I'm gonna get that.
How the hell did I get that from this?
Controller for that.
I don't-
You have it.
It was on his phone and you used.
This is a controller.
Now that's texting.
Yeah.
No, this is texting.
God
That's
damn.
controller.
Alright. Was there anything else before we get to the discussion topic?
No, that's all mine, yeah.
No, I have one more. What we're actually watching in the background, Voltron.
I did, and I watched the whole thing too.
As
I
I
watched it all in one night. I really
did
should.
that ending not drop you in the mud?
It did.
Because that's not an ending.
No.
It's not. Hopefully they'll make another season.
If they
Well,
don't, I'm gonna
Netflix, I think they will.
break
I want to
that
give
down.
Netflix a fuck ton of credit.
Oh yeah.
They are coming out with awesome animes, and they do seem like they plan on continuing on every anime so far that they've put out.
It's not just awesome animals.
I know.
They do awesome
Really
series too,
awesome.
but I'm just saying the animes they've put out have been
Yeah, it said anime.
incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
What are we
Incredible.
fucking talking about right now?
Deadly Sins. is
All right,
the
well, I
first
was leading up to their
they started
allowance
last
of creative
month.
Yes.
control.
Introduction of
I
Deadly
mean,
Sins season
come on.
2.
Yep.
And then
They allow
I
a lot
think
of creative control
Agent or
for teams.
Acan or whatever.
Yes, they
it's
do.
called, that's got
Agent Demi-Human?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's got renewed.
Knights of
Second-
Sidonia got renewed.
I was about to say, there's
Uh,
Knights, yeah.
I mean, they're
Good stuff.
they're pushing it out, but and of course we know that Voltron's going to be.
Yeah. Well, it ended better with the last episode being what it was. As a series, I'm giving it 5 capes.
Yes.
But as a season, I'm giving it 1.
Fucking ended.
I will
Wow.
give all but the ending 5 capes. The ending.
Okay.
It's not an ending.
Well, I mean,
It wasn't
it's.
supposed to be
I
an
gotta
ending.
finish it.
Like that wasn't the plan.
Well, I got 6 episodes in, and I haven't finished it yet.
So my question is, y'all two, do they have you on the hook?
Oh yeah.
There you go. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
You
they
guys
were,
done
they
it
were
right.
fishing. They got
Good
me
job.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
This sounds like the reason I wait for trades to come out.
What the fuck is that? No, I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, and then it popped up with something else for the next episode. I'm like, something's wrong with Netflix again.
You're like, it can't end here.
Yeah, that's.
Then I go to the episode list. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I thought it was saying, I'm like, oh, I must have actually skipped one or hit a button. Or
Yeah.
Say the truth.
And
I'm watching
Netflix is
hours.
fucked up again.
Might be fair to go ahead and mention them also.
Yes. But yes, 5 capes. I did love it, and yes, I'm anxiously and eagerly awaiting season 2
Yes.
because that's not an ending.
So trust these gentlemen. If you haven't watched it and they enjoyed it, you need to be watching it.
Well, I'm a diehard Voltron fan. I got the Funko Pop the week it came out. I made sure I got one. I called quite a few stores. Said I want it.
I was going to call you on something because I happened to see the picture of it. You
Yeah.
did not get a picture with the kid that was dressed.
Yes, he did.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
You
he
almost
did.
stole
I didn't
him.
even see
They
it.
said it was fucking
Picked him up
amazing.
and ran off.
Yeah,
Oh,
he took off running
I
across
saw the kid
car.
on there and I'm like, oh.
Which I took the picture, and he was like, "Dude, take the picture. Just take the picture."
Yeah,
I was like,
I saw
"Get your
another
ass
picture
in
with
there."
him and a Deadpool.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I saw him, and it looked like he was leaving.
That was
So
a
I had
badass
something in my
moment.
hand. I handed it off. I was like, I gotta go. Off I went. I had to catch up to him. Had to grab
well,
him
then
before
I
he left.
apologize because I was like, damn, I'm surprised JD did not get that picture.
I did get that
he did.
picture.
Yeah, he took
All right,
off.
everybody,
He was
back me,
not
help me.
letting him leave. He was talking about fucking knocking him over and stealing the costume. He was too tall for it. He was like, I don't care.
I'll find a way.
I'll cut it off at the knee. I don't care.
Yeah. Cut it off at the knee.
Have a lion head on each elbow, each knee. Have to wear the head on my chest. I'll make it work. Don't worry.
Look like a Borderlands.
No, man. I'll just paint the rest like a torn apart road beast, man. It'll work.
Is that a loader?
Alright.
On to discussion. Space City Comic Con. There's been a whole lot of stuff circling around the internet, social media, on everything that happened, and and there's a lot of fingers being pointed, a lot of blame being placed in the wrong spot.
What I would like to say straight off is, despite all the negative, we had a great time.
That's true.
As press,
As press, we had an amazing
that's true,
time.
but we didn't spend thousands of dollars on things.
But
we
also didn't see rioters. We didn't see fighting. We didn't see anybody arguing with anybody.
I never
And
saw
I did.
There were some arguments.
But
But for the most part, nobody died.
Yeah.
So everything
It
was
wasn't
civil.
like that.
Well, I just want to put that out there.
There were very angry people, though. There were people that got serious.
I mean, they should be. I mean,
But
we
these-
talked to several people that lost a lot.
We might want to go into exactly
of money.
what happened because
Yes.
there's people watching that may not be aware of what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Prez?
Okay.
That document.
What's that?
That document, the press release.
Yes, I have the one from our friend. Apparently what happened is a lot of people paid for the premium VIPs for the Sons of Anarchy reunion, which as far as I know is the only time that much of the cast has been under one roof
Yes.
since they were all filming the show together. So that's a big deal. You had people coming from overseas, and the tickets weren't
Yeah,
cheap.
we talked to people from all different states.
Like they
from
ran
all
about
over.
$600 for the full SOA package.
And people were coming with 4 or 5 people that all paid the $600.
Or you had several people who bought multiple passes for themselves, so they could go do all that multiple times.
Exactly.
It was a big deal. It was very expensive. Now, people show up, they go to redeem these photos. The photographer's not running. He hasn't been paid. He's not taking pictures. Go up to the cast members. They're not signing autographs. They haven't been paid. There was a very, very big deal with Charlie Hunnam, and apparently he didn't get paid at all. The rooms weren't paid for. Like
Yeah, they showed
everything.
up and the hotel was telling them they had to pay for their room.
Yeah.
Which they thought was going to be paid
the
for.
card that they received, because they did receive a credit card, which is almost always done, was showing as invalid.
Yeah. So they
And-
were having to pay for their own room because they're standing there at check-in
Yeah.
and being told, no, sorry, this is not working out.
And the official statement from Charlie Hunnam insinuated that the check he was given for prepayment was from an account that was no longer active. Now, a lot of people know, or
And
so
there
a
were
lot
other
of
people
people know.
just Sons of Anarchy. There were, from what I heard, there were actually people who were working there that
Yeah.
actually had bounce checks and valid
And
accounts.
almost, and after being able to review most of the people that were there as guests, whether they were cosplayers or otherwise, most of them were not paid or only partially paid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That did happen.
And
to
then
quite a few.
it showed a lot about character for which people stayed anyway for the fans.
Yeah.
that's right.
That were not paid to be there.
Yeah,
There were
they were there working for
yeah, there were
free.
people that expected to
A
get paid
lot.
for what they were doing,
A lot,
and they
yeah.
didn't. But they stayed for the fans.
Yeah, apparently Jason David Frank was well aware before he got there that he was not going to get paid.
Yeah, he already got word.
Yeah, word had already reached him because he was there Sunday only. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's Jason David Frank. He's a fan of his fans. And he's a really awesome guy. We got to meet him. We got to talk to him. We got to hang out with him a little
He's a
bit.
local.
Yes, he is local. He lives here in the Houston area.
And look at our interview with him on our YouTube.
Yes.
Yep.
If you're watching us now, of
He's a really
course,
cool dude.
you already know how to find our YouTube. But, you know, and he showed up still, knowing that he wasn't going to get paid. And apparently there were a lot of people in line, a lot of kids in line, who just wanted to meet him and didn't have the money to pay for an autograph. They had brought stuff to be autographed, but they didn't have the money.
Yeah.
He autographed it anyway.
Yeah.
They didn't have money for a picture. He took a picture anyway. He's a fan of his fans.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. And he was one of my childhood heroes, and I was
one of mine.
It's always good to
I
have
try
your
to-
hero actually be your hero still.
Yes, he's no longer my hero as a Power Ranger. He's my hero as a person. That's how cool he is.
Awesome.
But a lot of people don't know that there were two owners. Well, two.
Well, there was multiple owners.
There was multiple owners, but there were two big faces for Space City Con. And that was George Comets and Johnny Steverson.
One of which we never saw, and one of which we saw running around like a fucking madman.
That's because one of them took the money and ran.
That's the word we're hearing.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. Is he pretty much took the till and took off. That's what I'm hearing.
I've heard some special rumors coming from some buddies at a certain motorcycle shop
Yes.
that have some other special motorcycle buddies on the hunt.
Because they were there for SOA.
Yep.
Will.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
would
fucking
say,
They got some 1%ers chasing them, and that ain't a good way to
I would
be.
say if you got 1%ers chasing after you, more than likely you took the money.
I hope you got plenty of money to get away.
Yeah.
Or I hope you didn't actually get enough money to get away.
But let's talk about the guy that was actually there.
The guy we
and
met.
took all the hell from this.
And that was Johnny Steverson.
Yes.
Hey.
What an awesome guy.
He was great. I met him Friday night. We happened to be outside. He came outside just to get some air.
And he was
saw my
pissed when he walked out there.
Yeah, he saw my media badge, and we hadn't received, as media, we hadn't received any requirements. We hadn't received anything. Hey, you have to do this while you're here.
An itinerary or anything.
We hadn't gotten anything. So hey, I've got you here. You're the big boss. Let me ask you: is there anything in particular you want us to do? He said, oh well. He listed off 4 people. He goes, if you can get interviews with those, great. If you have any problems with that, let me know. Anything else
you
on
basically
scheduling?
flipped your question around into what can I do for you?
Exactly.
Instead of you asking what can I do for you?
Yeah, he
wanted to help us out.
Yeah, and we did get 2 of those interviews of those 4 people he listed.
We did.
And he walked over there personally telling people, hey,
Yeah.
this is the Nerdery. They need to get an interview.
Well, and I want to give credit for something I watched him do.
Okay.
There was somebody over there that he walked over and got cash out of the ATM and walked back and handed it to them, and they went in and took pictures. That was something I saw him do.
What the fuck?
There you go.
Wow.
So that was taken from his personal cash flow
Wow.
and trying to help somebody out.
Damn.
How founded are the rumors that he actually paid out of his pocket?
I'm not 100% on that.
Like I said, I watched him personally go over there. Now, I don't know if that was
How often
a
or how
company
much.
card or how
yeah.
much or any of that stuff. It's just something I saw because we were over there doing an interview.
Yeah.
And I was playing cameraman, and I happened to turn and see him walk by, and I was,
Yeah.
Actually,
I watched him do that.
I actually have here in front of me an official statement from Johnny Steverson on this. And I'm going to read it before we have anything else happen. I would love the opportunity to explain to each one of you how I'm continuing to fight with the FBI and District Attorney to pursue George Collins. I'm also filing my own charges soon to be announced in my next press release. He stole from so many, including me, and lied to the board and myself. I'm being shamed and having my good name smeared for stepping in on Sunday with board intervention to try to fix things for the fans. Even though I've been publicly silent lately, I have been and will continue to fight for the fans and will continue to fight for the truth so all can know. To all the people upset, I'm sorry you were taken advantage of by George Comet. I was too, and I've already lost 1 paying job over this with 2 more on the fence at this very moment. So this is a man who has risked almost everything to make things right.
And he's being torn apart.
He is.
Yeah,
And he is not the guy to blame.
No, he's not. And, I actually want to talk about his upcoming project. Houston Pop Culture Expo. He has that going on. He started his own con. This is his.
Yeah.
And there are already people trying to rumor that guy that screwed over Space City is the guy starting this. That is completely inaccurate.
No, he's not the guy who screwed anybody
guy
over.
that-
He
the guy
was the
that-
guy working for you.
He's the guy that busted his ass to make sure that people still had a good time at Space City despite what went down by someone
He
else.
was
Why
the guy
would
there
anybody-
getting threatened and everything else.
Yeah.
Why would anybody that intentionally wants to screw you over be present for you to tell
Yeah,
them to
he was
their
there the
face?
whole time. And he
I mean,
had
he
people, I
was.
watched people bitch him out.
Yeah.
I personally didn't get to talk to the man, but I saw him around the con, and he was doing what he was supposed to do. He was doing the job of a host. He was showing the people of the con, the people who are patrons. He was showing the people who were there to support the patrons and be there for their fans. I mean, how can you say that this guy was the problem?
I give Johnny Steverson 5 masks.
5 cakes.
5 ninja scrolls. 5 chimichangas.
5
gray
skulls. 5 gray skulls.
Hey, I mean, you got to give anybody credit because we did get to watch. I know several times when we were roaming around, we watched him taking the brunt of all
Yeah,
of this.
and he took it in stride. Like he really did take it well.
You didn't see him get hyped up. I mean, I watched him stay calm. In fact, we were standing at the entrance, and he was getting tore into right there on the side where they were selling the T-shirts and all that.
Yeah.
And I mean, this couple was really tearing him up and down.
Yeah, because they're out there looking for someone to blame.
And then,
Everybody needs someone to blame.
You need to blame George Collins.
Yeah. I can't blame them for being angry.
No.
Because when you're angry, it's
Well,
going to
when
go
they're
with
looking
whoever
for,
you
hey,
can.
who's the top guy here because I need to yell at him? Well, the one to blame isn't fucking here.
Yeah. So, absolute credit to him. He did so much to try. And now he really is taking the hard part because, yes, that hurt his name.
Yes, it did.
And I think this is a big part of the reason that he's really pushing for making what he's doing now, the Houston Pop Culture Expo, as he's going to put that much more heart into it because now he's got a tarnished name that he doesn't deserve.
Yes.
Yeah, and he doesn't deserve it. And yeah, there's a lot of people angry out there, and I don't blame him for being angry. You have every right to be. But
Face the right person.
Yeah, and that's and it's like that for anything in life. It's okay to be angry, but you need to be angry at the right person. That's the most important thing. And if you're angry at Johnny, you're angry at the wrong guy. I've talked with him several times since Space Heat, and he's the most accommodating guy. Anything you want to know, he's
made a lot of public comments about what went down. How many public comments has George Comments made?
None.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact,
so if any of y'all watching got screwed over, take that into account. The one that disappeared is probably the one you want to be pointing your finger at.
Nice.
People, upper management of the Nerdery know how far my reach can go, as far as my contacts and the people that communicate with me. I'm having a hard time finding it. I got his home address. And
that's excessive.
That is excessive. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask
Now you're going to be getting emails asking
we're
you for
stocking
that.
up on eggs and toilet
You're going to have some 1%ers sending you some emails now.
I mean, let's be honest. Odds are he's probably sitting in Mexico right now.
Huh?
Should we get some bologna and like one of those big cookie cutter molds at Spencer's? He put the bologna dicks all over his car.
We do that. The Jolly Ranchers on the windows.
All right, so we're taking this statement. If that happens to his vehicle, it wasn't.
We just gave ideas to fans. It was not us.
No, and I'm not giving out that address. I didn't want that address. All I wanted to know is, does he have a Facebook, a Twitter, or an Instagram?
But if you find it, you know what to do.
Oh, jeez. We're not condoning any action that'll cost anybody any money.
No.
You know what I condone? Fuck that motherfucker.
There you go.
Yeah, agree with that.
Not literally.
No. Well, I mean, if he's not willing, I mean, this is kind of what he deserves.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As long as they yell surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And I think we broke Tanya.
Divine.
That wasn't me. That was him.
Oh.
Just so everyone is clear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking, and I saw you
I
laugh.
thought it was my daughter the first time I heard it.
I've been
wasn't looking,
I've been
but I
waiting to
just
put
looked
this
over
on
to
actual air because when I read it, it was one of the other things that came out of Space City that was something good. Tommy Flanagan and the gentleman that plays Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Alan Richardson, actually saved people in a wreck on the way to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
leaving the con.
Yes.
A vehicle was driving, its tire blew, it flipped over the highway, and they actually got out, grabbed a crowbar, or probably a tire iron, out of the back and pried the door open and pulled the people out before the vehicle fully caught fire.
Damn.
Fucking superheroes, goddamn.
So,
yeah.
Fuck right.
let's give some credit for all the hell that happened with SCCC. They still saved somebody's life.
If that convention had not happened in this town, they would not have been there.
Well, now, this is the other part I want to give them credit for. They didn't get paid.
No.
And they still stayed.
They
And
stayed.
Had they not stayed, odds are those two gentlemen
So
would have died.
that's a testament to that character right there.
Yeah.
That's That's real life
that's a big deal.
superheroes. They exist.
Nice.
No, I'm letting the conversation lull a little bit. I'm actually expecting something at any second, and I'm actually
Split up over there.
I'm actually going to ask our peanut gallery to let's try to keep the volume to
Shut
a
the
minimum.
fuck up.
Because I want the mic to try to pick up
I feel
everything.
powerful right now. I gotta bow.
No, he's just saying he's not worthy.
Yes.
Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Scooby.
Welcome to our special guest. You're live on the air with the Nerdery. Welcome, Johnny Steverson. It's going fantastic. How are you?
Better every day.
Awesome. So we were just talking about, well, you and everything that went down with George and Space City. Is there any comment you would like to add to that?
Well, it definitely has been a process. You guys have any questions for me?
I just want to say thank you for all you did at the con, trying to keep it all going and keeping the people, as satisfied as possible, and all the hell you had to take.
Big thank you from all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I really thought, above all for the fans, I felt terrible for the stuff that was happening, and I did the best I could to string things back together from what had happened. It was heartbreaking, and the fans that were there for relationship purposes, or people that had traveled many, many miles from across the globe, it was just heartbreaking. I really felt for the fans.
Well, I think your fans truly appreciated it. We certainly did. I saw you running around like a madman trying to keep everything in order. And I want to say that was amazing. That was probably one of the best cons we've ever been to, despite all the hang-ups. And, we appreciated every bit of it, man. You did an awesome
thank you
job.
guys.
I'll say as a question for you, when did you find out that things were going wrong?
It was by Saturday. I was really kind of in a crisis management mode. I didn't really realize the full scope of it until about Saturday when the con was ending. That's when I realized that a lot of people had been paid and something wasn't really adding up. Friday was a busy day. Saturday was really Saturday, and by that Saturday evening is when I pulled the board together to try to do something about it. And Sundays when the board stepped in, kind of empowered me. I'm sure you guys saw me running around.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And what a crazy day Sunday was. And realizing the full scope of the situation Sunday, oh my goodness, it was just what an interesting time Sunday was.
Yeah.
To answer your question, it's Saturday. By Saturday evening, I knew that there was a problem that I needed to make sure that the board was aware of everything, and they were not. So.
Now, I have a question. What legal action is currently taking place? Can you speak on that?
It's public knowledge that people have filed with district attorney on some hot checks. So those people are pursuing their own methods. I'm doing what I can as well to pursue some legal actions as well, and that I hope in the end will benefit the fans and let people know what happened.
Now, Johnny, I saw something. I saw at one point you actually had to go to the ATM yourself, and it looked like you were pulling out some personal cash to try and help some people.
No, I did use personal cash a couple of times. One of those was like we pulled out some money to buy pizzas for people. It was a very interesting weekend. The tower even went off at one of the host hotels. So we purchased some pizzas to make sure people had some food. They just wanted communication to be checked on. A lot of people didn't even want to switch out of the hotel. They're rough it out until the power came back on. But some personal monies were spent. A lot of time. Very interesting.
Can you speak on the whereabouts on George Comets at the moment?
That's the $1 million question.
Now
I have no knowledge on his
So he hasn't responded to any trying to find him from the lawyers or anything like that. He hasn't responded to anyone.
I know some people are being served with things. He's somewhere. And like I said, that's the $1 million question.
But you're not being charged with anything at this point.
Not currently.
Good.
But,
Good.
But I have a responsibility because I was there when things happened, and I really feel responsible for making sure that the fans are taken care of, people get their refunds, people are able to seek recourse for not getting things that they were promised.
Well, like I said, I got to see you do it a lot. You run around trying to deal with everything, and I give you all the credit in the world because, I saw a lot of people yelling and doing a lot of screaming, and you took it wonderfully and stayed calm all the times I saw it.
Those Sons of Anarchy guys were really, really nice to me. They just wanted communication. Everyone just wanted to be communicated with to let them know what was happening. And so I did a lot on Sunday and did the best we could. We all did the best we could with what we had.
Well, speaking as the president of the Nerdery, I'm stating right here for the record,
Live.
You have our full support.
Yes.
And anything that we can do to help you out, don't hesitate. You can message me, call me, whatever you want. We're there for you. And that's what we're trying to do right now is make sure that everybody else understands to set the record straight that you were not at fault for anything in this.
Yeah, it was one of the most interesting business things that I've ever had to do. Pulling the board together that Saturday to do a vote of no confidence to remove George on Sunday, and then Sunday happened, and then putting a financial resolution to the full board after Sunday, and then when that failed, I resigned, 5 other board members resigned, and George is there with everything, and so it is very important for people to know that it does not solely fall on me, that I was not making the financial decisions. I was lied to, I was distracted, I was blatantly lied to about numbers, and it's just really heartbreaking. Looking back in retrospect, it's just like, how could this have happened? And so many people are asking me that question, how could this possibly have happened? And it's just so many lies, distractions, and when you find out the truth, it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And when the financial resolution failed, and everyone but one person said yes, I realized at that time that I had no other action to take other than resigning and pursuing legal actions myself that could inform people and also hopefully make some progress towards the terrible situation.
Well, I think you did a magnificent job on everything you did at Space City. And I actually want to talk about your project you have coming up, the Houston Pop Culture Expo.
Yeah.
And of course, we've been sharing it all over Facebook and everywhere else that we can.
Yeah, I just shared it on Twitter right now.
How's that coming along?
I am making leaps and bounds with the progress of the Houston Pop Culture Expo. Through this whole thing, yes, there was a lot of negative stuff that happened, but I didn't realize how many people out there realized what was going on, how many people were in the know, and ultimately how much support I would receive starting my own show. And it's just really tremendous. Comic Palooza has been very gracious. One of the things that I refuse to do as a show owner is be bitter enemies with any other Comic-Con or pop culture event. Why not be able to work with the people in Houston to make Houston look better? There's no reason to be bitter enemies with people. So spending leaps and bounds and communications and contacts, it really has been a blessing.
Well,
Hell yeah.
we're excited to see this come forward, and we're really excited to go. And once again, anything we can do to help that along, let us know. We'll do it.
Yep.
We're in. We're game.
Well, thank you all. I have definitely some very exciting news coming soon. So I think I will give you guys some exclusive drops on that here shortly. And there's some really exciting stuff coming from the Houston Pop Culture Expo. One little tidbit, I'll drop a little teaser right now, but I'm going to be having an event before this year is over. And it's not going to be Comic-Con, but we'll just leave it with that.
All right.
Okay. And we will share the hell out of it.
There you go.
Before 2016 is over, I'll be telling you guys about a really awesome event that's going to be putting together. I think you guys will be really excited.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Very much.
I'm eager for it. Well, thank you, Johnny, for taking time out of your very busy day, especially at this hour.
Well, thank you guys for your continued support.
Well, you and I have talked several times, talked in person, we've text messages, we've messaged over Facebook. And number one, I want to say thank you for being so open to communication. You're absolutely fantastic, and that's not a treatment that somebody in your position does often.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. I am huge on communication, and that's one of the things when as I run my show, I think that it'll take time for people to realize that I'm no longer associated with Mr. Comics, but I think that the way the show operates, I think it won't take too long for people to realize that this is going to be completely different. And it won't take long for people to realize that, I'm not where they thought I was, for lack of better terms.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're here to spread the good word, and we're here to spread the truth. That's actually the name of tonight's show, is The Truth. And right here, thank you so much. I mean, I understand your time is very valuable, and like I said, especially at this time of night, it's 10 after 10. Thank you so much for calling in and setting the record straight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll send you a message here in a little bit. But thank you for calling in.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
All right.
Poor Steven's sitting there holding that phone.
Now you know how I felt from that Stan Lee pin.
You heard it for yourself, folks. You heard it. You heard it directly from him. You heard it. So all this shit talking bullshit, fucking quit.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not being charged with anything.
And you know what? Even if you don't quit, there's going to be better things in store. So just you wait.
Oh yeah.
And stay here for all the exclusive news coming from Houston Pop Culture Expo.
What a nice little tidbit to keep us moving
Yeah.
along.
Oh,
You'll want to keep holding against Johnny Steverson. You're going to miss out on a lot of stuff at the Pop Culture Expo.
that's right.
I'm half staff right now.
All right, and talk
Sorry,
to
Tanya.
Yeah,
He's so open.
Yes.
I know that. I mean, he's so open
Yeah.
about it. He's willing to talk to you. He's not. You're not worth the time of talking to.
And he's-
No, I bumped into him at Comic Palooza, and he goes, "Oh, hey, man!" And he shook my hand. He was walking with like 4 other people, suit and tie. He was in the middle of a business meeting,
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
he stepped away from the crowd, to walk next to me and talk to me. That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool treatment. But I have to interrupt real quick. For those of you listening, you're about to miss out on the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Get on the YouTube.
Start watching.
You're doing it wrong.
Why don't you not driving?
This is 2016.
If you're
Get
driving,
on fucking YouTube.
Yeah, if you're driving, pull over.
Pull over, come on.
Well, real quick, special thank you to Toxic City Comics, 409-229-1295, ToxicCityComics.com, and Captain Jack's Elixirs, 281-837-3543, CaptainJacksElixirs.com. And a huge thank you to Johnny Steverson for calling in and setting the record straight. Absolutely awesome stuff. And like I said, stay tuned to the Nerdery for all the exclusive news coming from that. Thank you, everybody, for listening. For those of you watching, hang out a little bit longer.
Man. Mind blown.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
I did not expect that.
Show's not over.
Now, we discussed this, and I did not expect that to happen so quick.
I sent him a text message. Hey, we're gonna be.
No, you don't fuck around.
well, he was on the ball the whole comic.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He sat there and dealt with it, and I mean,
Yeah.
Out there.
so I would expect nothing less. He seems like somebody that he's constantly on the move.
Yeah. But he's willing to stop and take
Yeah.
time to make a phone call or to talk to you if you're there. If you want to walk up and just shake his hand, he'll meet you, he'll talk to you. He's a great guy.
Well, I sent him a text message earlier this evening saying, hey, tonight we're going over everything that happened at Space City Comic Con, you and George and everything that went on. Is there anything specific you want to say? And he asked me, can I be on? And I said, you can call in. I'll let you know whenever we're talking about it. And y'all saw me. I was on the phone. I was sending him a text message. We're on right now. We're talking about it right now. And he said, give me 3 minutes. And he said, okay, call him.
Could they hear the call on the YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know because I didn't have my headset on.
Yeah.
Well, anybody watching, let us know if you could actually even hear that phone call. I'm assuming you'd let us know by now if you hadn't heard any of that. But
Well, I saw my daughter where she says nice, so I believe they can hear
okay,
it. 'Cause
awesome.
she was asking, do you think he'd be come back without being forced? And yeah, he's not coming back without being forced.
No.
No.
But yes, Johnny was such a great guy. Every time I've met him, every time I've talked, he's always more than happy to talk to me. At one point, actually, he and I were having a discussion over Facebook Messenger up till like 1 in the morning on a weeknight. So yeah, he's a really great guy, and you know, I'll go so far as to call him a friend, and he's a really good friend.
Yeah.
He's an awesome guy. He really is.
And it's also a testament to who he is when he's not willing to sit there and talk shit about George Comics.
Well, I couldn't exactly do
No, he
He
wouldn't.
wouldn't talk shit.
No.
Like, if I were in his shoes, I'd be saying some words right now. Like, I'd have some things that, like, his personal money, he got fucked too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just some of the fans and some of the employees and some of the celebrities. He
but,
got fucked.
You know, they've got legal matters going on right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're on
he's,
legal
but
proceedings.
he's
It's better to
even
not
in
slander.
person. I'm not just talking about on the phone. Even in person, just talking to him, he's very careful with his wording. He he holds back a lot of things that you know are going on inside because it's not right to do that. It's,
Honestly, I couldn't know. I was trying to hold the phone. I'm like, should I reach down with the other one and start trying to read tweets?
but that's fucking awesome. I'm glad he called.
Yes. And he asked me, y'all are live? Yeah, we're live.
She said we could hear him pretty clearly. So.
All right.
Thank
good.
you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very good.
I mean, you know, it's nice to have somebody like that. One, come out and go, listen, this is what's going on, to the best of what he can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even get to, like I said, get to ask him about the money thing, because like I said, I did see him have to go to the ATM, so I wondered, and now we know what it was for.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, that's, how many people are going to do that? Hey, you're already getting screwed out of cash, well, hell, let me go get some more cash to help everybody out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As he said, he's losing jobs because of it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, once your name gets smeared, then it wasn't him that did the wrong.
No, and you know, I actually talked to him about being on the show when I bumped into him at Comicpalooza. And I told him, you know, it's probably going to be for a couple of weeks. We got some obligations we have to take care of first.
Yeah.
But once that's done, we're actually going to do a show. We're going to do a discussion segment specifically on what really happened.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as
far as press goes, that is the best con I've ever worked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the
press-wise, it
most
was
fun.
great.
As press, yes.
Basically, if somebody said, well, I don't know, I have to check with my agent, basically all I had to do was text him.
Yeah.
Hey man, they said they have to talk to their agent.
Well, hold
Usually
on, I'll
within-
be over there.
Usually within 30 minutes, he goes, okay, you're good.
And I mean, and we got
For a while.
A little bit longer.
we got a ton of interviews. I mean,
Yeah, we.
we got a ton of interviews.
Yes, we did, and you know.
And I still say Doug Jones is the happiest person I've ever met in my life.
oh yes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's my goal now in life is to be as happy
be
as
like
Doug
him.
Jones is.
I got Spider-Man.
Though
in my
I
head,
think
too.
it would require a lot. I think it would like medical prescription.
He was so animated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was,
he really is.
He was all over the place, and it was awesome. You know,
Yeah.
I went into that interview not knowing what to expect. I had 20 minutes of prep time.
And I do want to say thank you, Virginia Hay, for reposting our video.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Awesome.
Sure.
Well, and actually to all of them out there that reposted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because we did get a lot of reposts
Yeah.
from the actors themselves, which means at least they enjoyed the interview.
They,
Yes.
they know we're awesome, is what it really is.
Thank you, Harley Poole,
Yeah.
for sharing
Sarah Marie Jean, right?
that vid with your strong hand. Thank you.
She stole that freaking interview from you, dude.
Yes.
Her
I'm
and that
glad she
lady
did.
stole that
Fuck it.
interview.
It's happened to
That's what we
you.
did. That's
I
what we
know.
did.
I know.
That's what we do.
I love that.
We
when it
captured on
happens.
video.
It's
That's what we did.
awesome.
Fuck.
It's awesome.
Hey, I think those are the best interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones where you let them go wild. And
Yeah.
like,
It happened to you. It happened to you.
I wanted to bring that up, and I wanted to say, you know, when you have celebrities at a convention, they're not there to work. They're not there to talk. What is the last thing you want to do when you talk, or when you go out of town and you stop and talk to somebody? What is the last thing you want to do?
Talk about work.
Exactly. Let them have fun with it.
Yeah.
Let them tell a story, you know, or, you know, hey.
Well, and let me.
They are there to work.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, but they're there for the fans.
If you're
It's
outside
for
chilling with a
appreciation.
celebrity,
Yes.
don't fuck with them. Treat them like a
Yeah.
normal person.
Yeah.
Talk about stupid shit. We were at
Yeah.
Comic Palooza.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in the smoking area. Rocco's sitting next to me. We're
David L.
bullshitting about pants. About back in the day of MC Hammer pants. And talking about fucking, you know, the new skinny jeans and how they're
Yeah.
fucking cutting people's testicles up. We were all out there bullshitting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, if you see one, talk to
Chewbacca's
them,
just around the way. He's on his little Segway scooter thing, smoking his cigarette, getting in on the conversation. Now, the difference was, it was just a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, unfortunately, people
It was not fan star. It
People
was
ran
not
over
that.
and started harassing Peter Mayhew, and he decided to leave because of it. But yeah, just don't fuck with them. Enjoy a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with
If you're
them.
gonna talk to them, make normal conversation. Like they're people too.
Yeah, that's
You
what.
want to get their autograph, you want to get your picture taken,
Yeah,
go
catch
to
them
the
at
booth.
the booth.
Go to
Yeah.
the booth.
That's what that's for. If they're out
They're
on their
smoking a
own,
cigarette. They want to enjoy
leave
their
them alone. They
cigarette.
just want to bullshit and enjoy
Enjoy
regular
themselves.
time.
Because
Yeah.
think about it, these guys are probably on vacation.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? Yeah, if I can go to a convention and, you know, have my fans come to me and say how much they appreciate me as a vacation, fuck it.
Now keep in mind, Mayhew. You know he's the only person who's ever been Chewbacca.
Yes.
Yes.
So keep in mind, he's in the middle of filming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, yeah.
And he's up there in age, Joe. Like,
Yeah,
he's. I mean, he's up there. Remember when the first Star Wars came out?
As far as I can tell, he has been at every Comic Palooza since 2013.
He has.
Yeah,
So-
he does.
And I will also be
Maybe
posting
before that.
pretty shortly the interview with Ming Chen. And one of the
Yes.
things he discussed, which nobody knows about, which it is in the thing, is the reason he's at every Comic Palooza. So when I get that posted, you're going to want to go watch it because he does explain why.
Very nice.
So stick to the channel. We got more stuff coming.
And if you happen to be watching us, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet,
You need to.
What the
Please
fuck
do.
are you doing?
just please do it. Seriously.
What's the point? If you
I'll
like
spank
us
you.
enough to watch us, you
I'll
like
spank
us
you.
enough to click a button.
That's it. You
I
don't want
mean,
to
you
be spanked,
will.
it's fine.
I believe it.
I'll put you over my knee and spank that ass.
But he's gonna check for the subscription
Promises,
first.
And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. We have over 100 subscribers.
Yes, we do.
And that's an amazing achievement for any podcast, for anybody who's going to run, you know, a YouTube channel, and pretty much let you peer into our personal lives and our conversational ways of being.
But
Not so much
dirty.
into Chris's personal life, because that might be a little scary.
It gets dirty.
But it does get dirty.
Now,
If you like that kind of thing, he
I
might
won't
consider it his own
lie. I
thing.
picture Chris having like a little cabinet in his house with, and you open it up and then there's all the toys. I just see Chris that way.
I have almost achieved that.
See?
Almost.
We'll let you know when he unlocks the achievement.
Yes.
See? Just
You're like, oh, right now, like
Dude,
mid podcast,
seriously,
like.
We're still going.
Austin, are you seriously watching a video?
No.
What's with our peanut gallery?
You motherfuckers.
Thank you, Teddy and Philip, for not being
You
douchebags.
guys are awesome.
We
You
appreciate it.
guys, on the other hand,
What was I
go outside with your cohort.
I know when and when not to be a dick.
Fucking up our audio. That's what you're doing.
How is looking at a goddamn fucking picture on my fucking phone? That's not the picture. That's a video.
It's moving.
Yeah,
It's
that's
called
what I
a
told
GIF.
you.
It doesn't have any goddamn audio.
That's a gift. That's all.
I can
It doesn't
literally
have
turn
any
the
pictures.
volume all the way up on my phone and nothing.
So I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
When are you gonna shave this part?
Oh.
Never.
Depending on how much money we get towards it.
Hey! No, that's the one thing I will not
Nobody
do.
needs to be
We still
reminded
can't
of
for
that.
him. We still can't.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to think
No,
about
yeah.
shaving
He's
for
not.
money.
He's not. No, we
Okay,
can't. We
yeah.
can't.
Okay. So
Jimmy will give you $100 if you shave your beard.
Look, man, if I shaved for money, I'd be a rich motherfucker right now.
It's easy.
This is
Some
about
shave
the
their beard for
only
money.
minimal hair I have on my body.
Nah, he has the bush.
what we got? Oh wow.
Hey, I trim. Shit.
Babe, what do we got?
We got 5 minutes. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
What the fuck?
Safe word is Sunstone.
No.
Safe word.
The safe word is spider monkey because the other person doesn't even have to know.
The book's over there. The safe word is Sunstone. Go read it, man. It's actually well worth it. I swear it is.
For those of y'all out there, go like Johnny's page.
That's what I was about to say.
Keep track of it because you're gonna want to see what's good.
Houpop.
That's
That's how
that's on Twitter now. Even though they made that the picture for Facebook. Hashtag HughPop. Get on it.
Yep.
And as my daughter said, don't forget to Hulk smash that like button and the share button and the
subscribe button.
Nice.
Yes.
Well put. Well put.
Thank you, Lexi.
For
Right.
Johnny Steverson and Houston Pop Culture Expo and the Nerdery.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any other final thoughts?
And Captain Jack's Elixirs and Toxic City Comics.
Yeah.
Hulk smash all that shit.
Not so much that you break your phone, you can't actually watch us anymore.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it would be terrible.
I mean, unless you have insurance.
Yeah, then smash
Get
away.
your phone out of it.
Smash away.
Get you a new one.
That's what I said.
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
Final thought for me, thank you to everybody who subscribes, likes, watches, and listens and reads. We have a lot coming to our page. Everything as far as that goes has been streamlined as of today. And a huge thank you to Johnny Steverson for being on the show and for communicating with me as much as he does. Thank you to Toxic City Comics, to Captain Jack's Elixirs for everything they do for us. Thank you to everybody who comes on the show, who does all the work. Y'all are the reason that we have gotten as popular as we are, and thank you, everybody. Like, really, everybody. That right there.
Well, and I want to thank you now that they watch it. Thank you to all the people that have let us interview you.
Yes.
Because it's important to us.
Yeah. And I do really pride our skill at asking questions that they're not used to being asked.
Which our final question has really been one of
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
Yes.
to catch everybody off guard.
Well, I don't know. That mime thing kind of took Doug.
Yes.
He did not expect
I
that.
would say Doug Jones and Hacksaw Jim Duggan had the quickest response. Hacksaw was like, "What's my definition of nerd?" Well, you're looking at one, brother. That's fucking awesome.
I got one last little thing.
All right.
Here's a Facebook knowledge for all y'all that don't know how to use fucking Facebook. On the far right, you too, Jimmy. You too, Jimmy. The far right on our page, click more. It might look different on the desktop site. It's it brings up a lot of options. Share our page. Just do it, because I said so.
What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah. share our page because hell, you already like it.
And there's probably people in your life that are nerds that you don't even know are nerds.
And then there's my second part to that. You know, on all pages on Facebook, there's a invite friends to like this page.
If you know who are nerds.
So I've been doing it. You should do it too.
If you know a nerd,
then they'll probably enjoy watching us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're not boring and going to read it off like this and tell you how this magazine went. And
have you ever had annoying but sometimes exciting conversations with your friends about superheroes and whether or not capes are, feasible?
Or some dirty ass hentai.
Or some dirty ass hentai,
Okay.
who doesn't like a tentacle rape monster? I mean, if you've ever had conversations like that with your friends, then you'll know that they like us.
And if
They
you
will
share
like
it, then
us.
you can have conversations about watching episodes of the Nerdery.
There you go.
That's right.
And the shit that you learned from us.
Yeah.
Like the truth!
Or the shit you heard as the truth just a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Yes, you can share that.
and all the little tidbits that come out along
Tell
the
your
way.
friends about Johnny Steverson and the Houston Pop Culture Expo.
Yes, do expect the Nerdery there.
Oh yeah.
In full force, I'm sure. So, there you go.
Nobody's had a heart attack.
Bye, Felicia!
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Everybody say bye, one.
Find that bangs.
Hey, what's that the bang?
Yeah.
Faster than a streak of lightning. More powerful than the pounding surf. Mightier than a roaring hurricane. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman.